Everybody, Ramblin Mike here. Going to share with you 5 of Pinnacles today. We're going to finish up the 5s. Yay. Because 5s are all about the contrast, you know. But the truth of the matter is that contrast is our friend. Because it shows us what we don't want, so that we can set our intentions on what we do want. Of course, my videos right here aren't for everybody. They're for my tarot enthusiasts. So I hope you brought your journals today. It's the nice thing about a video like this. You can study with it. You can pause it, write in your journal, start it again. They're cool. Here's my page for 5 of Pentacles in my journal. I wish I could see some of your journals. You guys tell me about them and all that. But you know, I'm just kind of a journal kind of guy. Really helps to meditate with your cards and spend time with them and put a page together on each and every one of them. Anyway, I got some of my favorite 5 of Pentacles that I want to share with you today. Let me see where we're going to start. Let's start right over here with Crystal Visions. Yeah, Crystal Visions. There they are. The mother and the child out in the cold. But you know, with 5 of Pentacles, you always see that indication that source is right there, you know. Many times they don't see source, you know. Source, whoever that is to you, you know, the divine. And it's, you know, knowing that they are your source and that everything else would be a resource that comes from them. It's really the principle I see behind a lot of 5 of Pentacles cards, and remembering that whenever you are dealing with a 5 of Pentacles moment in the natural. This is from 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. I love this deck. And once again, it shows the young lady sad and, you know, the old symbol of the divine behind him right there. You know, her hands bleeding. There aren't any coins in it. This card can talk about, well, it's a lack mentality card. It can talk about lack of coin. It can talk about poor health issues. It can speak about, you know, lovers being out in the cold from each other, being in separation from each other. But there's always some kind of symbol right here about source with 5 of Pentacles. Let me get that right back here. This is from Steampunk. See them right there. Generally, there's 2 people in these pictures right here. And again, they are on the outside in the cold. The big stained glass window right there. They should go inside the building, you know, where it's warm, where the comfort is and all of that. Maybe they don't realize that. Maybe they don't even see it, you know. Because, you know, when you're going through challenging times like that, you just wonder where your next meal's coming from and all that. This is also a card of me with being generous when you see that kind of situation going on with somebody. Of course, led and guided by source, you know. Don't want to be duped or any of that. Because, you know, we all know there's those that play that game. But if you're led by source, you know, always help. This is the Grand Lux, and of course these are all trimmed. You can watch my videos on my trimmings. But again, the stained glass window with the 4 coins, and look, it's like here comes that coin from source right there into their hand, because I kind of see this one as them seeing and looking up to the divine as their source, and then you can see like a double image right here of here comes that coin for their hand right there. I like this one. But I like Chiro too. This is Victorian, romantic, Bubba Studios, and the mother and the child. And again, the cross in her hand right there, but she's not focused on that, you know. She's focused on trying to, I would assume, sell those flowers, we could call them, you know. More focused on the doom and the gloom then the bliss. City of Prague. It's beautiful. I love this. The old cold statue outside the church with the baby, the mother and the baby, the snow coming down. Very classic 5 of Pentacles picture right there. Does have the 5 shiny coins up there. I don't know, you can see them. They are up there on that wall. This is the Cosmic Tarot, modified. I like this one. You know, it shows the 5 Pentacles right over here. They're broken, but they're getting better and better as it goes up. And you got your characters right here. I mean, he definitely looks, you know, challenged, but she looks better, and he looks like, I'm good, you know. I see that about coming out, you know, of that mentality. This is Tarot of the Holy Light. Again, the 4 Pentacles around the cross, the symbol of the divine. But the 5th Pentacle would be up here. You can't really see it. It's an amazing deck. I'll get up there. See, it's like a zodiac wheel. It's like the universe, you know. You focus on that instead of all this lack. There's a bunch of lack and poverty down here in the bottom of the picture. But, you know, go up, up, up. Oh, there's the star. You know, it's nice. And my Starman, David Bowie. You see the characters down at the bottom, you know, in lack and wanting. One of them just frumped over right there. And the other one, you know, got the hands in the little begging position. Got all the coins and all the blessings up here. Like keyhole right there. That would be the key, you know, to focus on source. Who would be your source? That's why we call them source. And not your resource. Now, of course, my favorite is Tarot Illuminati. And I always see this in love reading as my 2 soulmates. They come and play with each other incarnation after incarnation. Both of them out in the cold. When one feels out in the cold in a soulmate relationship, the other one feels that as well because they're connected in a soulish realm, spirit. Neither one of them should be out in the cold. There's a big stairwell that goes up to the big old lit up building. Again, source, whoever that is to them, they're supposed to go up these stairs right here and get in that warm building right there, you know. Tuck in real tight with the 5D, whoever that is to you, your grandpa, your grandma, who's ever on the other side. Your angels, your higher self, the other part of you that stays in the 5D. Tuck up on them right there. Make that connection real sweet in the 5D. Always helps to put a little grease when things are a little stuck in the 3D. That's Mikey's interpretation of 5 of Pentacles. All right, let's see what some of the books have to say, huh? Going to share with you out of the books right now. I like these cards setting up here. You can look at the cards while I read out of the books and all this. Here we go. Money buys a house, but not a home. This card is a reflection of need, hardship, and poverty. The swirling snow emphasizes a difficult time. Even as everything seems to get worse, those 2 lost souls do not stop walking. But they do not seem to seek a solution either. The stained glass windows represent light, warmth, and richness. This window may generate envy and provoke the characters to think the world is unfair, or perhaps they do not even see the window at all. The window represents a source of hope, a place of help and comfort. Compassion and aid is right there. The window represents a threshold. Once breached, the cold, The needs and the difficulties will be behind. The snow covering the ground is also a symbol of purification. Through poverty and challenging times, the couples find themselves and the value of things. Interesting. I like that. Let's go with some traditional interpretations of Five of Pentacles in the upright position. Winter of discontent. Oh, I love that old Zeppelin song, huh? You know, I felt the coldness of my winter. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I never thought that it would ever go. Oh, yeah, that's Five of Pentacles right there. Feelings of sorrow and loss. Material considerations. It can be about love and lovers, a relationship, a wife, a husband, a friend, and even business partnerships that are a little challenged. It represents the ups and downs of all long-term relationships. It represents being out in the cold, refusal of aid, asking for help and not receiving it, being isolated by a community. Can represent spiritual isolation, poverty. You can't guarantee your future or your fortune. Can talk about loss of money or resources, lack and want, the necessity of survival. Yeah, you know, we need to stay out of that mindset. Definitely create what we think, feel, and believe. It can talk about financial loss and difficulty, resources suddenly being destroyed, lost or becoming inaccessible, frozen assets, isolation from avenues of help or improvement, being in need but receiving no help or support, social exclusion, and being out in the cold. Couple of interpretations of the Five of Pentacles reversed. Money regained after disaster. Movement forward. Getting past old habits and patterns of a couple or a relationship. That's powerful. Offering a helping hand to those in need, right there. Withdrawal from the material world in order to find oneself. A retreat. Charitable action. Being in need and receiving help. Yeah. Love it when that one's upside down, huh? All right, let's do some buzzwords here. Got a lot of them, as usual. And, you know, you can pause your little and write in your book and all that. I'm sure many of you are. All right, here we go. Need, poverty, difficulty, longing, cold, dark, sadness, despair, victim, hardship, struggle, rejection, material worries, obstacles. This one's interesting. Useless expense, challenge, isolation, insecurity, worry, financial loss, poverty, instability, hardship, lack of resources, refusal of help, financial insecurity, homelessness, outcast, health problems, waste of resources, neglect, And of course, being out in the cold. Astrologically, 5 of Pentacles is Mercury in Taurus. And the Golden Dawn Society's name for 5 of Pentacles is Lord of Material Trouble. All right. Let's get a little poem here. A little something by Kim Huggins and this little gem that comes in the Tarot Illuminati kit. It's like 5 of Pentacles talking to us here. It's interesting. I love these poems. 5 of Pentacles, the outcast. Have you ever known hunger, thirst, what it is to sleep outside in the cold? Do you understand how it doesn't just break you physically, but also emotionally and spiritually? I know it like the cold feeling that sticks to your limbs and settles deep into your gut when you hear another refusal of help. Another light in the darkness flickers out. What can I tell you? That things will get better? To look on the bright side? Tell that to the homeless man begging in the streets next time you pass him when he asks you for a few coins. Tell it to the mother and child kicked out of their home with nowhere to go when the sun starts to set and the chill air wraps around them. Tell it to those that your community has failed. Tell it to those that you have pushed out into the cold. No man is an island. Remember that. When you are in a position to help, and pray that you never have to remember that when you are the one asking for help. 5 of Pentacles, the outcast. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying these. I know I am. Namaste, my friends. Love and light. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.